Hello everyone, welcome to our Hidden Talents. Alright, so wine. Do you like wine? Raise your hand if you like wine. Okay, raise your hand if you don't like wine. Okay, raise your hand if you're curious about wine. Alright, thank you. So today, in our Hidden Talent session, we're going to chat in English, learn about wine, and have fun together. Alright. So, my name is Yihua. I'm from Taiwan, but I'm a world traveler. I live in Canada, Germany, Ireland, and US before. Right, I remember when I started to drink wine, that was in Germany. I had a wine that is quite different. It's different from what we're going to talk about today. It's called Glühwein in German. Anyone know what that is? Guess. Anyone want to guess? Yes.
Is it a kind of beer?
Kind of beer? Okay, good guess. And then anyone else? No? No one? All right, so it's actually mulled wine in English. It's 热红酒 in Mandarin. All right, so it's very sweet. Usually you would have it in winter time, especially in Christmas. So when you have it, you would feel warm, and then it's quite seasonal. If you actually, you could also have mulled wine in Taiwan. So if you're interested, you can go to IKEA. They have good mulled wine there, and with good deal. All right. So I am also a language instructor. I teach English and also Mandarin. So when I was abroad, I travel around, teach languages, and also drink wine, of course. So I'm a wine lover. So that's why I'm here. All right, so I like wine so much that I taste new wine almost every week. And I moved back to Taiwan about 3 years ago, and I attend Taipei International Wine Spirits Festival every year. So they actually have two every year, one in fall, one in spring. All right, if you are interested, you can go. When I go to the wine convention, I drink wine, I meet friends, and I also learn more about wine. All right, so I'm currently taking online wine tasting course offered by University of California, Davis. All right, to know more about wine. All right, so that's me. What about you? All right, so next, I would like you to introduce yourself, but you will have to find your partner in wine first. All right, so later each of you will get a picture of a bottle of wine, a wine bottle, okay, and then they're in different shapes. You will stand up and then walk around and meet different people. You cannot show them your pictures. You will have to describe your bottle, all right, and try to match your picture with others. All right, any question? No? All right, when you find your partner, I would like you to sit together, and then you will introduce yourself to each other, all right? So I would like you to talk about your name, what you study here at NTU, and also why you joined this Hidden Talent session. All right, any question? No? All right, if not, all right, you can stand up and then meet your new friend. Every group will have 3 people. All right, so I forgot to mention. All right, you have more friends than you expected. All right, I can see some people made some friends here. Okay, very good. So now what I would like you to do, you will introduce your partner, okay? All right, so I'm going to pass the microphone to
Hello everyone, these are my partners and I would like to introduce Lillian to you. Lillian is a finance junior in NTU and she didn't know we're drinking today. She just showed up and expecting something fun to happen only to find out we're drinking, which is more fun. So I'm glad to see Lillian today. Lillian, would you like to introduce Nick?
Okay. Hello, my name is Lillian, and here I would like to introduce my partner, Nick. Well, Nick is a sophomore, and he majored in foreign language in NTU. And well, actually, his favorite is beer. And he told us that he prefers white wine to red wine, and he would like to know more about wine drinking today. And Nick, would you like to introduce him?
Yeah, okay. Eve, he's from the Department of Foreign Languages and Literature as well. I'm not sure which year you're in, sorry. Are you senior?
Age is not.
Oh, right, okay, right, okay. Okay, right. Let's give it that. Like, he likes to, he's a drinking expert, and yeah, he came here mostly for this reason, and I think, yeah, he has some, I think you have some working experience in this industry as well, like wine tasting stuff. Like, do you work in, oh right, yeah, so yeah, I think I kind of expect this. Yeah.
Okay, good morning everyone. My name is Morris and I would like to introduce my partner Vivian. She studies journalism in graduate school here in NTU. And she came here because she saw the information on the internet and she thought it would be really fun, so she came here. Yeah, that's basically it.
Hello, I'm going to introduce my partner Kathy. She is from foreign department, and she came here because she loves wine and she like to taste different wine. That's all.
Very good.
Hi, this is Kathy, and I'm going to introduce Morris to you. And Morris is a senior student major in Department of Foreign Languages and Literatures. He likes to drink wine, and he's expecting to have some fun things during this event.
Great, we're gonna have some fun today, for sure.
So I'm going to introduce my two partners. No, one of my partners. Anyway, so this is Owen. He studied mechanical engineering, and the reason why he's here is because he learned this event from Joy.
Okay.
Yes, her, and that's all.
Oh, hi, I'm Owen, and I'm going to introduce my partner, YC, and she majored in agriculture economics, and I think this the last year she studied in this department, and why she's here is because I think it's sorry, hope I didn't misunderstand you, but I think she is like to try new things, and she wants to learn some about wine and how to taste wine.
Okay.
Hello, I'm YC, and I want to introduce my partner Lily. And Lily is from, it's a little bit long for the department. It's foreign language and literature. And the reason why she came to this project is because she wants to know more about the concepts about tasting wine. And she only knew the fundamental knowledge about this. So I think it would be pretty great for us to get into the same groups.
Okay, very good. Thank you all. So I think most of you are very interested in wine and want to learn about wine. Okay, so right now we're going to learn about wine. So each of you have the picture in your hand, right? Right? So I would like you to look at the bottle. Can you identify what kind of wine is it? Raise your hand if you can.
Okay, so I'm guessing the first one from the right, which has a more rounder bottle. So I'm guessing there might be some sparkles in
Okay.
bottle?
That's actually a very good guess. And that's actually lead me to the next question. How much do you know about wine? So I think we got someone who knows about wine for sparkling, wine bottles for sparkling wine. All right. So right now I will give you 2 minutes, and you will talk to each other and then share how much you know about wine. All right. So you can say I know how to read the wine label. Maybe I know the different colors. Maybe I know different grapes. We would say variety. All right. So, any question? No? All right. I'll give you 2 minutes to talk to each other. How much you know about wine? All right. If you don't know, that's fine, really. And that's why you are here. We're going to learn together. All right. So later I will invite maybe 1, 2, 3 people to share how much you know about wine. All right. So don't be nervous. All right. You can start now.
I'll do a thing, and then you can drink it.
You don't know, I cannot
All right. Are you guys ready? All right. I'm going to invite one person from your group to share how much you know about wine. And then if you can identify the wine from the wine bottle. All right. So that's from this group.
Okay, I'll go first. I know wine is made of grapes. And different grapes make different wines. And thus, different colors of wine. And wine gets people drunk. That's pretty much all I know about wine.
Hey, that's very good quality about wine, yes. All right, so next group.
I think I know barely about wine. I cannot say I'm an expert, but I could read wine label, and I could smell before I want to drink it, and also feel the liquid in my mouth.
Okay.
And trying to distinguish the different flavors in the wine.
Okay, I think you know more than you thought. Okay, very good. And this group?
I think I wouldn't say I know much about wine either, but I can share one of my experience with wine. Like when I was in Spain, we had a lot of sangria, and like sangria, we will mix wine with some fruit. So yeah, that's one of my special experience with wine.
Very good. All right. So back to wine bottles. All right. So Eve mentioned this wine bottle actually is very distinctive. All right. This is champagne. All right. So this bottle looks similar to Burgundy, but the sparkling one is made heavier and also thicker because it has to withstand the pressures of the bubbles. And also, the shape of wine has connect to the sort of grapes and also the region of the grapes. All right. So for example, the Bordeaux. Bordeaux is a region in France. Okay. And this bottle is actually the most common seen wine bottle. So when you see this bottle, you would know that the grapes, the wine might be Cabernet Sauvignon, or Malbec, or Merlot. Okay, and then when you see the sparkling, this one, you will know it's for champagne. All right. So right now, we will take a look at a video, and it's about 4 minutes. And this video is actually for bartenders, but this is actually a very good video. So when you look at the video, when you watch the video, I would like you to pay attention to 3 things. First, which winemaking countries are classified as Old World and New World? And how are wines named? And also, what makes white wine and red wine different? Okay? Any questions so far? No? All right. Let's take a look.
Wine types and varietals. Wine is made in virtually every country in the world. These countries are often referred to as Old World or New World.
Are the questions too difficult? Not at all. Okay. The first one, which wine-making countries are classified as Old World and New World according to this video? All right, who want to answer? All right.
Old world would be three main countries like Italy, France, and what's the last one? I guess is Germany.
Germany. Very good. All right. What
New
about New World?
Yeah, New World would be United States, Australia, and Chile.
Okay, very good. All right. Actually, this is the map for New World and Old World. All right. So Old World actually consists of the regions that has long history about wine production. And then for New World, it is usually to describe the newer wine producing region. So like here, United States, South Africa, and also Australia. All right. Okay, so next question, how wines are named? Anyone? How about someone from that group? Maurice, all right.
I think there are three. The first one is the types of grapes, which is also called varietal.
Okay.
And the second one is the region produced. And the third one is the process.
The process.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Actually, the wine, according to that video, the wine are named by variety and also the region. All right, very good. All right, so the variety is the type of grape. So from this label, you can see there are actually three ways that wines are labeled. So the first one is by variety, by the type of grape. So usually the wine from New World would label like this. They would they would label by variety. So from here, you can easily to see that Riesling is the type of wine. All right. And then for this one, by region, here Bordeaux again. Do you remember where Bordeaux is? France. Yes, somewhere in France. So when you see this, you would know this wine might be Merlot, might be Cabernet Sauvignon, or Malbec. All right. And then the other way to label the wine is by name. So some winery, they would have different ways to label the wine. So it's actually kind of difficult to know all about all of the wine labels. All right. So here, I would like to give you a basic idea about the label, what they have on the label. All right. So usually they will have the country region, the winery name, and then the wine location, and then the official region name, and then here, vintage. So the year for the wine. Okay. Usually we would say vintage. All right. And also the bottle by the winery, and also the proprietor's name. All right. So the next one is what makes white wine and red wine different according to that video. All right. So from this group.
They tend to use different grape varietals. As for white wines, they use the grapes with light colors. And as for the red wine, they use darker grape varietals, and they keep the peelings and the seed during the production. And I think the video also mentioned the rosé wine is kind of like the wine in between. And sometimes they just mix white wine and red wine, but like originally, I think they've mentioned it's produced by they control they use darker color of grapes, but they kind of control the period of time its contact with the liquid, so it kind of keep the color light.
Yes, very good, very good. All right, so basically that's what Nick says. All right, so the red wine, they were usually made with black grapes, blue grapes, or purple grapes, and also white wine would use white grapes, of course. And the other difference is, important difference is red wine are usually fermented with their seed and skin, but the white wines are not. Okay, that's make them different. All right, so when you know a person, you will know about their characteristics, right? And then same as wine. Anyone knows about the wine characteristics? Yes? No? Yes? No? 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 Okay, very good. That's why you're here. So basically, when we talk about the wine characteristics, we talk about sweetness, acidity, tannin, alcohol, and body. Okay, so these 5 traits are very important. All right, so sweetness, it's very straightforward. So when you taste wine, you would tell, oh, if it's sweet or not sweet, right? So if it's sweet, you would say sweet. If it's not sweet, we would say the wine is dry. Dry, okay? Yes. And then for acidity, okay, I'm sure you know this. So when you imagine that you are drinking lemonade, so that makes your mouth water, right? So that's acidity. So when the wine with high acidity, we would not say sour in wine. For wine, we would say it tastes tart. Tart. All right. And then tannin. Anyone knows how tannin tastes like? Bitter? Very good. All right. So imagine you are making tea, and then you forgot about the tea. You put the tea bag in the water for very long, and then you later drink the tea, you would taste the bitterness. All right, that's tannin. Okay, so next one is alcohol. Okay, that's also very straightforward. So imagine you're drinking liquor usually with very high percentage of alcohol, right? So when you swallow it, you would feel the hot sensation, and that's alcohol. What about body? Anyone know what body is? Body? I see someone shakes her body. All right, very good. All right, so body. So for wine, we would classify them into 3 categories. So lighted body wine, or medium-bodied wine, or full-bodied wine. All right, so imagine you are drinking milk. Have you tried skim milk and whole milk before? Yes, right? So how does skim milk taste like? No one tried it before? Like water, it's very light, right? Yes, so same as wine, okay? If it's light-bodied, it's like the skim milk. So it's very light, sometimes it tastes less, all right? And then for full body, wine is like it's very thick, very good. So full body wine, all right. So any questions so far? No? All right, so far we actually learned a lot of things. But right now, you will learn 6 wine, all right? Are you ready? All right, so right now what I'm gonna do is I will pass out the 6 infographics of 6 wine, all right? That would include Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, and also Chardonnay. All right, so maybe some people know about the wine, some people don't. That's okay, we're learning the wine together. All right, so you will get, this is actually the section guide for you. So each of the infographic will look like this. It would have the grape or wine name at the top here, and also you will see the taste profile about the 5 characters we just talked about. All right, and then here you will see the flavor and also amora or amoras. Okay? Any question? No. All right. So in the next 5 minutes, I would like you to read this infographic, study, and also I would like you to talk with your partner which wine that you are most interested in, and also why. Because later you will have the chance to taste 4 wines out of these 6. All right, so excited. All right, you ready? So this is the guide. So when you are done reading, you can talk with your partner to see which one you are interested in. All right, you guys ready? All right, so right now you will tell me which one looks most interesting to you. All right, let's start with this group, Eve.
And from first view, I'm very interested in Chardonnay.
Chardonnay, okay.
Because I love tropical fruits. And I've seen some star fruits, pineapple.
Yes.
And I don't even know apples come in yellow. So I would be very interested in how it would taste like.
Okay.
And the body it is medium bodied.
Yes.
And I don't like drinking something that's too liquidy because it reminds me of water too much.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Okay, very good. Thank you. And then what about Lilian?
Okay, as for me, the wrestling is the most interesting one. Well, for one thing, I am not a person who can endure a lot of alcohol. So this one is kind of the least alcoholic one. And then besides, it's also the sweetest one.
The sweetest one, yes.
Yeah, so that caught my eye. And besides, I love the idea that it puts beeswax inside. Yeah, it's very interesting because I learned that beeswax is very good for the body. And also I think that maybe there will be the flavor of the honey. Yeah, that would be interesting too. And moreover, it adds jasmine inside. So I think maybe you can smell the scent. Yeah, so I think this one will be very interesting to me, and I would like to try it if I had a chance.
Very good. All right, Nick.
Okay. At my first sight, I would also see Riesling is pretty attractive to me, but I think it's a little bit fruity for me. So I might like it at first taste, but like after a period of time, I would prefer Cabernet Sauvignon. For it's actually pretty thick, I suppose. The body it says is like kind of the thickest one. So and I see if it has cedar and some baking spices and graphite in it. So I suppose it will be a really thick one and kind of enjoyable for me, I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, so Cabernet Sauvignon.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. What about this group?
I would like to try Riesling.
Riesling? Why?
And for like pretty much the same reason, because it's sweet. Because I don't really like the bitterness in alcohol. Like, for example, the only alcohol that I drink is like those little cans from like 7-Eleven called Horoyoi, and it's like really fruity, and that's why I like Riesling.
Okay, very good.
And the one I want to try is Cabernet Sauvignon, because I think it might have a rich flavor and maybe high tannin, so it could add the thickness into the alcohol. And this is that kind of wine that I want to try.
Okay, very good.
The most I want to try is Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Yes.
Because I like pineapple and butter, and the tannin of it is lower. I don't like beer, which is very bitter.
Yes. Okay.
I'm interested in this Cabernet
Okay, why?
Sauvignon. Because I don't like something that is too sour for me, and I think this acidity is not too high, so I think I can handle it. And also I want to try something that is not so sweet, and I think I can try this. Yes.
Okay, very good. And Lily?
I would like to try Chardonnay because it says here is the most expensive.
Most expensive one, so that's why you want to try it. Okay, that's very good.
I would like to try Riesling.
Riesling, why?
Yeah, just because this is the sweetest.
Sweetest one.
Yeah, and actually I even don't know the first rule about wine. I'm a freshman in this course, so I would try to just like avoid higher alcohol or avoid a higher acidity. How to say that?
Acidity. Yes.
Yeah, so I think the sweetest one would be my best choice. And what's more, I think the the main region for Riesling is Germany. So it's kind of the classic old world wine.
Yes.
Yeah, so the classic one should be the first one to choose.
Very
perhaps.
good. Okay, good. Thank you. So don't worry. This is wine tasting 101. So that's for beginners. All right. So now we learned so much about wine. Can we drink wine yet? Not yet. All right. Before we drink wine, we have to know about the steps. Who knows about the steps? No? Just raise your hand to tell me like anything you know.
Grab a bottle down the dungeon and take it out. Pour some into the glass.
Okay.
And I know people that wine sit for a while in the glass. And maybe they take the glass and whirl it a little.
Swirl?
Like swirl it a little.
Okay,
And then,
okay, stop right there. And then, very good, thank you. And then anyone else? Anyone else? No? Just throw it and then you can drink it? No? What's the next step might be?
Kathy, would you?
Who?
Do you know?
Who?
Kathy, do you know the next step?
Kathy knows.
Kathy?
I don't know, trying to smell it.
Okay, try to smell it. Okay, very good. All right, and then what about next step?
Look the color of the liquor.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Look the color of the liquor.
Look at the color of the wine. Okay, so right now we will take a look at a short video about wine tasting steps. Okay, you will learn about the actual steps for wine tasting. All right, so now you learn about the steps. Okay, so now you're going to help me. See, I have the wine here in my hand. All right, so you just watched that video, right? So you know the steps, right? So right now I would like you to tell me about the steps, and then I will demonstrate how to taste the wine here. All right, so what is the first step? Take a quick sniff. All right, and anyone else? Check the wine. How to check? Huh? Okay, check. So, and you? Same? All right, so first one, that's right. You will look at the wine. So usually, you would tilt your wine glass to a 45-degree angle and against a white background to see its clarity and also the color. So usually for red wine, the more purple, the younger the wine is. All right, so the first step, you would look at the wine. All right, what is the second step? Anyone remember? Sniff, sniff. And then before sniff, we have to do something to make its aroma come out. What is that? Swirl, that's right. So we will swirl the wine glass. All right, so like this. Ooh. Or if it's hard for you to swirl, you can place it on the flat table, and then you place your hand like this, and then swirl it like you are drawing a tiny circle with the base. All right, so when you do that, it will help to release the aroma of the wine. All right, so you can feel it. All right, so what's the next step? Sniff, very good. All right, at this step, you would actually put your nose into the glass and then take a big sniff. You would smell it, and then at this step, you would ask yourself, what do you smell? Do you smell fruit? Do you smell flower? Do you smell oak? Do you smell earth or spice? All right. And then after sniff, what do? Drink it? Drink it? Sip it. Okay, take a small sip. Very, very good. All right, so when you take a sip, Do you swallow it right away? No. What do? Can you speak louder? Keep it in your mouth. Yes. So usually you will hold it in your mouth for 3 to 5 seconds to let the wine coat every surface. So like your tongue, your cheek, and your palate. Okay, so you hold it. So after sip it, and what do? Next step. Yes, all right, so we would say swish it around. So in that video, the ladies say it's kind of like you are chewing the wine, okay? So by doing this, you will actually feel the characteristics of the wine. So the acidity, the tannin, the alcohol, and the body, and sweetness. All right, so what's the last one? Huh? Take the next wine. All right, so the last one is you savor the wine. What does that mean? So usually when you swallow the wine, the taste, the flavor doesn't go away, doesn't disappear right away, okay? So its aftertaste will linger for like 1 minute or more. So at this time you can think, what did I taste? What did I smell? Okay, and then you can reflect on the wine, and sometimes you can make the notes, and that's what you are going to do later. All right, so any question about the steps of wine tasting? No? All right, so when you taste the wine, of course, you want to know how to describe it, right? You don't want to just say, oh, the wine is sweet, the wine is, I don't know how to describe it. All right, so right now I will give you some descriptive words to describe the wine. All right, so you will use these words later to describe your wine. So a wine that smells really intense, sometimes we would say it's fruity, it's pungent. And then if it doesn't smell very much, you would say the wine is subtle, the wine is closed. And when you taste the wine that is really strong, of course you can say it's rich, or you can say it's persistent. But if it's not very strong, you would say it's elegant, it's airy. And if it's very smooth, you can say the wine tastes round or plush. Okay, if it tastes tart, that means with high acidity, right? Remember? You would say the wine is racy or zippy. All right, any question? No? All right, so right now I would like to give you this handout with the steps and the descriptive words on it. All right, you will use it soon. All right, finally we can taste the wine. Okay, so the best way to learn about wine is to drink it, of course. All right, so later I would like you to look at the bar there. Okay, you can see there are 4 bottles. So we have our program managers helping us. All right, so 4 bottles, they are in the paper bag. All right, so you would not know what kind of wine they are. So before you taste the wine, you would have one more thing from me, and that is very important. This is wine tasting card. Okay, so remember we talked about the sense, the see, taste, smell, and feel. All right, so when you taste the wine, you will have to tick to see the color. You will follow the steps, and then you will see the color, the sweetness, the acidity and body, and then later you will put the wine. Okay, so it will look like this. All right. So when you're done tasting, you will put the glass on here, and then you will use one word to describe it, and then you would have to guess what kind of varietal is that. So right now, you will read the infographics again, all right? And then when you are ready, follow the steps to taste the wine. And when you're done, you take some notes, fill out the card, and you would drink some water to rinse your mouth and then taste the next wine. All right. If you cannot finish the wine, that's fine, okay? Because I don't want you to get drunk. Just sip it. Sip it. You don't have to drink all of them. So I'm going to ask our program managers to bring you the second line, all right? Okay, you describe the line by using the terms, the words we just learned, and then tell them how you feel about the wine and also your guess. And later, I will invite each of you to share your guess and how you feel about the wine. Alright, so if you're ready, you can start to discuss with your partners. Are you guys ready? Yes? Nick, your group, are you ready? Okay, you look very confident. All right, and Owen, are you guys ready? Your group? Okay, and Morris, your group? All right, very good. So, important question. Are you guys okay now? So far? So good? Drunk? Tipsy? Want more wine? Okay. All right. So right now, I would like to invite each of you to share your thoughts on the wine and also your guess. All right. So you can see these wine are in the paper bag. You cannot see. All right. So let's start with the first wine. All right, first wine. Okay, so I would pass the microphone around the room, so you will share your thought on the wine. Okay? Which group would like to start? All right, let me start with Yi.
From first sight is yellow. In comparison with the second white wine. It's more yellow, so the color is definitely deeper. And when I smell it, I feel very heavy citrus vibe. And it tastes more tart to me. So I'm guessing it's either Sauvignon Blanc or Chenin Blanc.
Okay, all right. Good guess.
And if I have to describe it with one word, I would say second date. Okay. It's actually two words, but it tastes like something that I would invite people to have on the second date.
Okay, very good. All right, very good. Okay, what about Lillian? The first one.
Well, the same as Eve. I think this one tastes really tart.
Very tart.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the first night is the color is not as light as the second one. It looks deeper. And as for the smell, actually I cannot really tell other smells other than alcohol. Okay. Yeah, I think alcohol is covering all the other smells to me.
Okay. Yeah. So you feel it's very strong to you?
All of them are.
Okay. All right.
So sorry, I couldn't tell the fruity smell from it. Yes, and I guess the same guess as Eve. I think it's maybe Sauvignon Blanc.
Maybe Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah,
okay,
because
very
it's
good.
Very tart.
Okay, very good guess. All right, let's move on to the second wine. Okay, so Nick. So what's your thought?
Yeah, at first sniff, I think the second one is pretty floral. And then it's definitely a lot lighter than the first one. It's not as tart as the first one. I think it's more silky, and more fruity. So I would say it's probably Chardonnay.
Okay.
But Yeah. As for yeah, I think it's more like it has some of the. I can taste some vanilla and butter in it, but I'm not totally sure. But yeah, it could be. And as for I would use one word to describe it, it will be mid-spring.
Mid-spring?
Yeah, middle spring, like
Okay.
mid-spring.
Okay, very good, very good. And let's move on to next group and then on the second line. All right, so what about Morris? How did you feel about the second line?
I think the second one is definitely my favorite. I think it's more like elegant and nuanced. Like I can really taste the different layers
Okay.
of taste, and I think it's pretty colorful in terms of taste.
Okay,
Yeah, and it's also pretty sweet. So
pretty sweet.
yeah.
So what's
I
your
like it.
guess?
I think it's Riesling, though I'm not sure.
Okay, Riesling, but you're
Yeah.
not sure. Okay, that's a very good guess. And let's move on to the third wine, okay? Third wine. So,
Okay.
Kathy.
So I think the third one might be Pinot Noir.
Uh-huh.
And because I think I would use nouns to describe it because I think it has a light body and I didn't taste a lot of sweetness in this wine, but about the body, I think it has a light body and it has a silky tannin.
Mm-hmm. So light-bodied. And then you
Yes.
think that's Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Okay, good guess. And then,
I think the third one, I guess, is Cabernet.
Cabernet Sauvignon?
Because I see the Cabernet the tannin of the Cabernet is the most high is the highest.
Highest.
Because I think it's too tannic for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. All right, thank you, Vivian. And let's move on to the fourth one, okay? Fourth wine. So let's start with Owen.
I think the fourth one is definitely the strongest wine, the strongest. Yeah. Yes, and I think it's very tart and the body is heavy, but I think I guess it's Cabernet Sauvignon at first, but after I discussed with my partners, I think it's Sarah because the acidity is really tart for me, and yeah, so I think that this one is Sarah.
Okay, so you think it's tart and you think it's Syrah.
Yes.
Okay, very good. And then Lily, the fourth wine, your guess.
I think, yeah, this one is definitely the strongest in terms of alcohol. And my guess is also Syrah. And yeah, and also I think in colors is the darkest among the fours.
Okay, very good. And then,
Actually, I guess it's syrup as well.
okay, why?
Because the first time I sip it, I think it's pretty tart. It's the tartest one among four, and I saw the body is a little bit. It's not pretty light, so there are some color on the cup, on the glasses. So I think I want to choose the red wine with the strong body as well as the strong acidity. Yeah, so it's Syrah.
Syrah. Okay, very good. Thank you, YC. All right, you all have your guess. I'm very impressed. Okay, so the answers. Now it's time to reveal the answers. Okay, I think you guys have done a very, very good job. So the first one. So remember, you guys got 3 selected wine on your infographics, right? So raise your hand if you think this one is Riesling. No? Raise your hand if you think this one is Cabernet Blanc. No? Raise your hand if you think this one is Chardonnay. What about the rest people? The rest of the people? Sauvignon Blanc? Okay, let me do it again. Let me do it again. All right, let's start over again. So 3 wines, 3 white wines. Okay, so I'm gonna read 3 white wines, and then you're gonna tell me. If that's your guess, raise your hand. Okay? All right. If you think this one is Riesling, raise your hand. The first one? No. If you think it's Cabernet Blanc? No, Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc, raise your hand. Okay, if you think this one is Chardonnay, raise your hand. All right, so the answer is, can you see it? It's Chardonnay. All right, I guess some of you get it right. Okay, the second one, raise your hand if you think it's Riesling. Yeah, some people say it's very sweet. Raise your hand if you think it's Sauvignon Blanc. Nope. All right, so the answer is, can you see? Riesling, that's right. That's actually the sweetest wine here. Okay, very good guess. And the third one, raise your hand if you think it's Syrah. Yes? Raise your hand if you think it's Pinot Noir. Okay, very good guess. Raise your hand if you think it's Cabernet Sauvignon. Okay, good guess. So the answer is, can you see it? Cabernet Sauvignon. All right. So the last one, actually that one is actually very, very obvious. So raise your hand if you think it is Pinot Noir. Raise your hand if you think it is Syrah. Okay, very good guess. Yes, this one is actually very strong. All right, that's Syrah. All right. So how do you feel so far? Good? Drunk? Yes, are you okay? Are you guys okay? All right, so you guys all did a very good job. So give yourself a round of applause. Very good, very good. Okay, you did a very good job. So today we actually learned a lot, okay? From the type of grade to the label, and then to different type of wines. Any question or anything you would like to share?
If I think I'm got drunk, is there any suggestions?
Any suggestion? Maybe we can ask our program manager, Steve. If you get drunk, what do? You sleep. If you think you're drunk, and I would suggest you to drink more water. There's actually a fountain there, so get more water later, okay? So, and then please don't finish the wine on your table. All right. So, right now, this is the last thing I would like you to do for me. So, are you guys okay? Because from my view, you guys look like. Okay. I hope you're okay and enjoy this session. Okay. Did you guys have fun? Okay, very good. And I hope you actually learned something from me. All right. So this is our goal in our hidden talent session. Okay. So if you don't have any question, I would like you to scan this QR code and then to give me some feedback on this session. Okay. Tell me if you think this session is good, if it's not good, where I can improve, or you think it's good enough, and then you would like to have more sessions like this, you can write it on our questionnaire. And then for this session, I actually use a lot of information from these 2 books, and I would highly suggest you to buy it if you like. Okay, but they're all in English. All right, so if you have any question, please finish the questionnaire for me. All right, so that's all for today. Thank you. You guys really did a very good job.